Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Putty's Podcast, the first one of 2026. Happy New Year. I believe it's the last day I could say that. How long do y'all wait? Because I think it was Larry David said around the 3rd or the 4th. I agree. There are people who say it. I've gotten Happy New Year well into January. Yes, the first time I'm seeing you, but also 2.5 weeks have gone by. It's not a new year anymore. I texted a bunch of people. I didn't really text people for Christmas, so just wasn't in the texting mood this year. So if I didn't text you for Christmas or New Year's and you're listening to this, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I was just lazy. But like I said, we said goodbye to 2025 last episode. 2025 was a rough year, especially the last several months. So here we are to 2026. Back to drinking my good old Jack Daniel's honey. That was my go-to drink for the longest time. It's fucking delicious. I make people try it, even if they don't like Jack Daniels. I said, just do me a favor, just try it. Take a baby sip. Mostly girls. And they love it. So cheers to me. Cheers to us. Still using this uber-sensitive microphone. Still trying to play around with it. Use it for the first time last episode. I was talking into the top of it, like I do most microphones. But I was supposed to talk into the side of it. So, still uber-sensitive, super loud. So it's going to be a trial and error thing. See how we get used to it. I was hoping to get some advice this past week, the 29th of December, because this whole voiceover thing I'm doing, part of the program is they can send you for $400-something an at-home studio. You get a microphone, all the equipment, blah, blah, blah. So obviously I told her I don't need it because I have my own stuff. So I'm talking to my coach the first couple of lessons, and she really wanted me to get an at-home studio evaluation. I'm like, okay, why not? Couldn't hurt. I've only doing podcasts now for 14 years, but I don't know all the accoutrements, the minor details, especially now with this new microphone. What settings do I need to put on? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Set it up for December 29th. It's around 6:30. Set everything up. Get the microphone to the right levels. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, what the fuck? If I was late, all hell would break loose. So I reached out to them 30 minutes in. Hi, I'm here waiting. Do we need to reschedule this? The gentleman I was supposed to meet with sent me a message back, thankfully to his credit, relatively quickly. Saying, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, we need to reschedule this. I'm stuck at the airport. I'm so sorry. I forgot to reach out to you. Fuck. All right. But he still wanted me to make sure I took the pre-lessons for the at-home advisory. It's all about setting up your studio, what cables go where, and an introduction to the audio software they use, which is the same audio software I've been using for 14 years. So I should have a leg up. This should have gone smoothly. We'll see how it goes on the 7th. So now I got to meet with this guy via Zoom at 5:30 to 6:30. Then from 7 to 8, I got my regularly scheduled lessons with my voice coach. So let's hope they both show up that day. But it wasn't all bad news on the 29th of December. Hell, it was pretty good news on December 28th. Your boy is now current and reigning fantasy football champion. I get a belt. I get prize money. And if you heard last week's episode, I needed a win. And I just was waiting for the shoe to drop. I was waiting for this guy to come back. My guys did very well on Thursday. He had nobody on Thursday. So I waited. Sunday night rolls around. I think I'm up by 40-something points. But he has a lot of guys going Sunday night. I have one or two guys going Sunday night, but one guy on Monday. He was done Sunday night. So once my quarterback bombed Monday really bad, I had this in the bag. And of course, my quarterback decides to throw multiple interceptions, shit the bed. But eventually, thankfully, still win. Turns out, this 12-man pool, $100 a person, I'm winning, I should say, $700. I thought it would be more, but second place gets more than I thought, and they're giving money to the team with the most points. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Still waiting on payment. It's been a week later now. I'm still waiting. Only 3 guys have paid up. Waiting on 3 more. It's a little fucked up. They don't know me that well. I don't know them that well. But would I be a dick if I just sent a message out to the group saying, hey, show me the money? Do I reach out to the commissioner saying, hey, these are the guys who paid up. I don't know who's supposed to pay me. Can you just reach out and get my money back, please? So hopefully I have $300 more coming my way this coming week, because I will need it. Rent's due, folks. And I expected that money. That's why I bought the Jack Daniels Honey, to enjoy the new year. Because Jack Honey's my drink. But with all these tariffs and price increase going up, I can get a big bottle of Jim Beam, same size as this bottle of Jack Honey, for like $25 cheaper. So I've been switched over to Jim Beam for the last year. Okay, start off, I got a little extra money in my pocket. Let me get a nice bottle of Jack Honey. So give me the money, please. But like I mentioned last week, no way I could stay home on New Year's. So I ended up going into the city to our good friend AJ Pan, the governor of BCW's bar. He's always going there. He's part of the staff pretty much. He does karaoke there on Tuesday nights. He lives a couple blocks away. And they actually asked him to help that night by running this private party that was downstairs. So he's the one collecting the tickets, checking the list, checking it twice, getting the money. But it was annoying that the price for this open bar private party was up $95, which means we had to give out $5 bills and change the whole night. And we were running back. I had to keep going to this bar. Hey, can I get some change for fives? Wasn't the most thought out price, but hey, I had a good time. It was fun. The station where I was helping AJ out was, of course, right next to the DJ booth, blaring the music. The bar itself was crowded, like I just said. It was a good time. Not as many hot women as I thought there would be in the city, Lower East Side, New Year's Eve, but it was a good turnout. We had a good time. So the ball drops. We're relieved of our duties, start drinking, start having a good time. But the bartender was a smoke show. Smoking hot, looking great. Towards the end of the night, the bar's kind of filtering out. I could tell that she's like shivering. She's freezing cold. She's half naked, of course, but she's freezing cold. I'm like, all right, let me be a gentleman. And I gave her my suit jacket to wear. Don't think anything of it. I'm just being nice. The time goes by. AJ's talking to another bartender. And then them two and the hot one are going to this other bar that's staying open till 10 a.m.? What the French toast? I'm too old for this. But of course, the shorty's going. So I go as well. It's now just us four. I'm still not thinking much out of it. We go to the bar. We pair off. We're talking to her the rest of the night. Getting to know her. Then eventually, towards the later part of the night, a bar back from the other city comes and meets us. So he's third wheeling it. Or I'm third wheeling it, I guess, at that point. But we're talking, hanging out, getting to know her, like I said. And I mentioned last week about this meet cute that I potentially had. So I'm like, here's another meet cute story. But I'm not getting any flirty vibes from her. I never got any flirty vibes from her when she was a bartender, and that's part of their job. I'm just being nice. So eventually I get her Instagram handle, get her number to send her all the pictures we've taken, send her and their friend off to, they were supposed to wait for a cab. They decided to take a train. I get into a cab at 7 o'clock in the morning. I just want to go home. I'm so tired. I had worked that day. I've been up now for 25 hours. Either I pressed the wrong button or Uber fucked up. They gave me a ride share. So I'm picked up and I see you stop. I'm like, what the fuck? He picks somebody up. He picks somebody else up. Now I'm fading. I'm struggling to stay awake. He drops one guy off. Then drops the other guy off at LaGuardia Airport, if you know New York City at all. Then, of course, I'm last. The first to be picked up, and of course, the last to be dropped off. And I'm falling asleep. The only thing that keeps waking me up is the sound of my phone dropping to the car floor. So I don't get home until 8 o'clock. Again, this, 30-minute cab ride took an hour. So annoyed. So I go home. I go right to bed, of course. I'd send her a text saying, I hope she got home okay. And I fall asleep. But I'm only get 2.5, maybe 3 hours worth of sleep. Can't fall back. Can't stay asleep. So I get up and just roll out of the bed, right to the couch. Don't do anything that day. Just relax. Woke up from a text from her saying, yeah, she got home okay. Sent her another message. It was nice I talked to my AI therapist about this since I haven't seen my real one in 3 weeks. It was nice to make a connection, the words they used. You know, I haven't talked to anybody since that chick from St. Louis I started talking to on Bumble a month after my ex broke up with me. And that, of course, fizzled out. It was nice to make a real in-person connection, not one of these dry-ass, boring conversations that goes nowhere on these dating apps. Plus, a nice little confidence boost. This hot bartender's talking to me? Nice. Good job, Putty. Until the next day. Then I realized I never got any vibes from her. Didn't get any too many looks. Didn't get any flirty vibes at all. I wasn't feeling that at all. So I asked AJ, what happened here? Because this is vintage pairing up 101. Like, did he say something to her? Did she say something to him about me? Maybe we could go somewhere else? Or was this a happy accident that we paired off since you were interested in that other one? He goes, no, I think it was a happy accident. Like, all right, that's what I thought. But I knew it was going to happen, but I did it anyway. Still asked her if she wanted to hang out again. Good for me, taking that step. Ooh. Of course she said no. Wasn't expecting to either, so I'm not upset about it. She just works a lot. Has no time, really, to hang out. So I'm like, it's a nice bullshit excuse, but it makes sense, so I'm not going to argue about it. And I took that still as a win. But at least I have a new friend now to talk to next time I go see AJ at the bar. On Tuesday nights, karaoke, 1-in-1, Lower East Side. Check it out. Tuesdays, 9 to 12. 9 to 1, I think. And of course, like I mentioned, where I was, by the DJ booth, had tinnitus really bad New Year's Day into January 2nd. Probably shouldn't be doing this podcast. It just led up today. But man, that is no joke, tinnitus. Oh, I had it one year. Years ago, Green Man and I went to a bar to see his band on Thanksgiving Eve. And we were up front right by, or at least I was right by the speaker because of my height. And man, it's a bitch. Wow, thankfully it went away. Started to get worried there for a little bit because a friend of mine has it almost permanently. Can't imagine what he goes through at night. I mentioned I told this story to my AI chatbot therapist, whatever you want to call it. Because New Year's Day, I woke up in the afternoon and I was just down and sad, emotionally, mental breakdown. I think subconsciously, I was hoping that maybe a certain somebody would reach out to me on New Year's. But, of course, that wasn't happening, nor did I expect it to. But I guess somewhere in the back of my mind I did. But, again, just another confirm that it's over. I said goodbye here last week on the show, so I'm going to try my best to talk a lot less about somebody in 2026. Try to look forward, move on, be more positive here, and just have some fun. This is what this should be all about. And part of the way I could do that is by keeping you up to date on the shows I'm watching. And there's a show I heard a lot about for the last several years. Had zero interest in watching it because all I knew about it, it was a story about high school kids doing drugs. Two things I'm not into. Nor did I experience that when I was in high school. But Euphoria. There's a lot of hype about the new season coming out in 2026. Especially after that long break they've had between season 2 and season 3. Stars the beautiful Sydney Sweeney. Hey, you know what? Let me check it out. Again, much like Hunting Wives I mentioned earlier, I don't know what the show is about other than what I just mentioned. But man, is that a good show. Holy shit, did I not expect that. The story's intriguing. The acting is phenomenal. It's shot beautifully. I don't think I mentioned it last week, so I'm trying to figure out when I started it. But I just finished season 1. And as soon as the show's over, I'm going to start season 2. It left off interestingly. And apparently season 2 picks up, even though it was released 2-3 years later, it picks up right where season 1 left off. So yeah, my new show, 2026, starting out with Euphoria. Hopefully, I don't know when season 3 comes out. I should probably have looked that up before I started talking about it. But hopefully it's soon, because I'm burning right through this. Also, supposed to start the new year off with my first guest host of 2026. But unfortunately, early Friday evening, he told me he had to postpone. His mother had to go to the hospital, and if anybody knows about taking your mother to the hospital, it is me. But hopefully she's okay, hopefully she's happy and healthy, and hopefully he's doing okay, and hopefully we'll have him back sometime soon. So Friday night rolls around, like I mentioned, I didn't get any sleep. Wednesday night, barely any. Thursday night, because I had worked that day on the second, yeah. I'm still fucking tired. SmackDown started to move to 3 hours. 11 o'clock was getting closer and closer. I'm like, I have no energy for this. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. So I'm recording the show Saturday, January 3rd. And starting the year off with a bang. Literally, holy shit, this fucking asshole. Woke up to the Venezuela attacks. And according to an official U.S. statement, that I'm reading here, so I apologize, the operation, called Operation Absolute Resolve, resulted in the U.S. capturing Venezuelan president. I found out today we're not supposed to call him president because he didn't really win the election. Calling him president is doing a disservice. But Nicolas Maduro and his wife Cecilia They were taken out of the country, flown here to New York, staying in the same prison that's holding Luigi Mangione, however you say it, that was holding P. Diddy, that was holding Jeffrey Epstein, Brooklyn detention something. He's facing charges of narco-trafficking and terrorism-related indictments. President Doofus publicly declared that the U.S. would temporarily govern Venezuela, claiming the intervention was necessary to end corruption and narco-trafficking to ensure a stable transition. And I'm assuming your bullshit meter's going off like mine was. The Venezuelan government strongly condemned the attack, as they should, calling it an illegal military aggression and violation of sovereignty. Venezuelan officials claimed the explosions hit both civilian and military targets. What a cluster, man. Obviously, everyone knows they're going in there for the oil. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world. I don't know if reserve is the right word, but has the most oil anywhere. A lot of people saw this coming with him attacking the boats, calling those bullshit, sending a blockade of ships in current position. The Venezuelan vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, asserted Maduro remains the constitutional president and demanded proof of life, while also mobilizing defense forces and declaring a state of emergency. The Daily Show did a good job about showing side-by-side comparisons of people in the W administration and the Trump administration saying verbatim same shit about invading Iraq under guise of this. And W's father invading whatever the country was. I'm drawing a blank. So yeah, here we are again. This guy can take control or govern his own fucking country, yet he's going to run another one? What a fucking loser. This guy's such a piece of shit. What a toxic cancer he is. I just had enough. I'm done defending this guy. Or not defending him, but biting my tongue, I should say. So the U.S. is claiming the military operation was a success. They're justifying the move as a part of an anti-narcotics and stability efforts. They don't care. And the U.S. is going to help manage Venezuela and run the government during this transition time. Now, I am confused because the vice president said that he is a just and rightful constitutional leader, but they're saying he lost the election or rigged the election, and the woman who won the Nobel Peace Prize should be the rightful leader. So what a cluster. Venezuela is saying it's an illegal invasion and a violation of international law and undermines Venezuelan sovereignty. And I believe there's now actions backed by China and Russia and the UN about the legality of it. He didn't notify Congress, which he is legally supposed to be doing. You would think anyway. He also didn't notify the Gang of Eight, a term I learned today. And according to Wikipedia, it is a term set for 8 leaders within the United States Congress who are briefed and classified on intelligent matters by the executive branch. The Gang of Eight includes the leaders of each of the 2 parties from both the Senate and House, and chairs and ranking minority members of both the Senate Committee and House Committee for Intelligence. And that makes sense. Those all sound like people I want to be in on the know on intelligence matters and military operations. So we still don't know, as of this recording, the casualty numbers. God knows what the political outcomes will be. Venezuela still remains very highly volatile, quote unquote. We'll be hearing a lot about international law in the coming weeks, if not months, over this attack. You see people dancing in the streets of Venezuela. They're so happy this guy's gone. He sounds like just a fucking piece of shit like Trump was. But they also dance in the streets of Iraq, and look how he handled that. So this is going to be messy. The right people are not in position to handle this logistically. So it's going to be a scary time coming up. Now, world leaders have reacted, of course. Countries like Brazil and China condemned the U.S. attack, saying it is an unacceptable breach of sovereignty. Many international law experts say the operation likely violated the UN Charter, since no imminent threat was proven, and there was no Security Council authorization. Even Bush was smart enough to go through that. And like I just mentioned earlier, the UN is preparing to address the situation, which calls for adherence to international law. Something this man does not adhere to. He's above the law. The Congress gave him powers of a king, pretty much. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He does not answer to the law. He does not know the law, which is no surprising coming from a convicted felon and an adjudicated rapist. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a podcaster. So in a way, it was a good thing I couldn't do it Friday night, so I could talk about this tonight. But I'd rather not talk about this at all. It's a fucked up situation by a bunch of inept people who are running everything. It's fucked up. I mean, good luck to the people of Venezuela. Gladly, this guy is also gone. Hopefully they get some sort of freedoms back, some sort of life back. some sort of government and economy back. Unless Trump makes them the 51st state, since he failed doing that with Canada. Nor will I be surprised if that attempt is made. But yeah, now I'm just fucking pissed off now. And of course, I'm assuming they're singing his praises over on Fox News. I'm assuming when I go to work and when we all go to work, we'll hear it from our MAGA coworkers that this is a great move. He deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. A man who was very anti-war, wanted to solve all these wars, would end the war in Ukraine on day one. Failed to do that, so he decided to start another one for oil. This is all about oil. It's all he cares about. And to distract us from the Epstein files. Let's not forget about that. Congress reconvenes on Monday, I think Monday or Tuesday. And, they have other stuff to talk about. Obamacare subsidies. Right? We forgot about that, didn't we? I don't know. It's a fucked up time. Fucked up time by a fucked up individual or group of individuals. But yeah, so I'm going to drown my sorrows while watching season 2 of Euphoria right now. Thanks for listening. Until next time, putty up.